Good day, everyone. This is Patrick from Easy FX Code Trading System, and this is Saturday, the 16th of October, 2021. And this is the weekly technical analysis for the Euro, the cable, and the Aussie Dollar for the third week of October. And let's begin with the Euro, where it has managed to recover somewhat and avoided testing the support area at the 162 fib extension here, just above the critical support at 115, and climb back up on Wednesday on actually slightly better than expected US CPI data. So even with that, the majors rose against the dollar as the dollar pulled back lower, and then stayed neutral for the rest of the week, and also within the range of the previous week. So with another spinning top, slightly bullish body here. Let's go back to the daily again. And the 116 was an intermediate resistance. Let's remove that for now. Key resistance is still at the monthly pivot, and actually there's a swing low here from this swing move, reversals moved, and that's at the 116.64 area, just below the monthly pivot. So although there's one key monthly pivot here, we could actually add that intermediate resistance at the swing low. Okay, so next week, if it does try to recover further, and that's going to be a retest of this swing low, but likely it's continuing in the range after that. Even if it does try to test that swing low, it's probably not going to fall too far below the 116 level. Right, at the 138 fib extension is 115.70, so that could be interim support there. And yeah, the main event last week was the US CPI data. We'll take a look at the US dollar index later on. This week, there's no major news on the Eurozone side, only the flash manufacturing and services PMIs across all the economies, and the Euro is probably staging itself for a week after with the ECB decisions, rates and policy decisions the following week after next week. That's the during the last week of October. So we'll see how the Euro responds then. So I don't see any major volatile moves for the Euro this coming week. So let's take a look at the US dollar index. And after hitting the strong resistance at the 94.50 level, that was the sharp retracement back down to 94, and then right back into the support zone at the previous swing high here at the 93.71. So that's likely going to continue range in this here. Let's also take a look why that's critical resistance up here. That was the previous swing low from early part of this year, and that's where it has recovered back up to and hit that swing low, retested that area. So this week could be just consolidation for the week. Right. And also there's no major news events for this coming week as well. And also probably staging itself for the next FOMC meeting in the first week of November. So after the ECB for next week. Okay, let's move back to the cable. And cable has continued pushing up higher. It has been doing much better than the euro. So now it has climbed above the monthly pivot at the 136 area. So this is now going to be a key support. All right. And it has blasted through the resistance area at the 55th retracement and climb up to the bigger fib range at the retracement at the 55th above that. Beg your pardon, the 55th of this reversal move back up. So let's move this swing move here now. So that was from a couple of weeks back. It recovered above the 134 and climbed up now, trying to reach 138. That's where the key resistance is going to be, where the 78.6 fib retracement of this swing move down. All right, so that's going to be a critical resistance zone along with a longer term 38 fib retracement. So all just above the 138 level. Okay. For now, we'll leave this as a probably interim support. We'll see how much it's going to pull back next week, but the key support is going to be at 136. Let's also remove this area here. Next week, there's the UK CPI on Wednesday, followed by retail sales on Friday, and along with the flash manufacturing and services PMIs. So likewise, pound took advantage of the US CPI news and push up higher, but very strong move up for the last 3 days of the week. Okay. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame where you can see a strong push back up above the weekly 55 EMA. So there could be further bullish momentum next week to try to test that 138 resistance zone. All right, so that's going to be a key level. And the reason for this strong sentiment on the sterling pound is because of comments from the Bank of England governor and member as well, where they were hinting at possible rate hikes by the end of the year, so earlier than expected due to high inflation. So that could be a major event the first week of November, where along with the FOMC, there's also the Bank of England's decisions, meeting and decisions, right? So that's going to be a critical week. Okay, let's move on to the Aussie dollar. And also the Aussie dollar has strengthened and pushed through all the way to the daily 200 EMA. So it's punched through this resistance at the 21 fib retracement here of this swing move up, and it's recovered back up to the 21 fib again. So we'll see if this resistance zone at the 74 will turn into support, or whether it's just an interim support level, and after doji at the end of the week, there could be some retracement back down. So we'll see if there's how significant that is going to be before next week's RBA meeting minutes as well. That's going to be released. So we'll see whether that's going to be a trigger to either continue its momentum back up to test the recent swing high, or whether it's just going to retrace back lower. So this is going to be the interim support area at the 38 fib. And the major support is just at the monthly pivot, just below 0.73. And last week's weekly pivot also aligned with the monthly pivots, all at the 50 fib retracement. So that's going to be it's definitely a key support zone. All right. So you'll see if there's any bullish momentum to just retest this swing high. If there is, then there could be a very strong retracement back down. So even without this, there could be just a normal retracement back down here, and if it's a deeper retracement, then there's definitely strong support at the 73 area. All right. So we'll see whether there's some consolidation for next week with all these major pairs along with the US dollar, or whether the Aussie and the cable is going to retrace and consolidate as well. All right, so do check out my other videos on spot gold and dollar yen, where dollar yen has really strengthened throughout the past few weeks. And do have a safe week and a good trading week, and cheers for now.